Good evening, everyone. So, today's lecture is based upon the discussion of last two digits. I hope everyone would have seen a substantial number of questions of last two digits in most of the entrance exams, may it be GAT, GMAT, or campus placements, or CSAT. So let me give you a detailed description of the tips and tricks about the last two digits. So I'll start my discussion about numbers ending with 1. So we'll talk about how do we find out the last two digits of the numbers which are ending with 1. Let me take a simple question: 37981 to the power 27854. I need to find out the last digits of this number. Is it humanly possible to multiply this number 27,000 times there in the exam? Obvious answer is no. Then, now what to do? How do I find out the last two digits? Of course, I can say the last digit will always be 1, no matter how big the number is, if it is ending with 1, and no matter how many times you multiply it, the last digit will remain 1. Yeah? Now that means the question arises about the second last digit. Here the second last digit of the number is 8. Now, are these digits of making any substantial inputs to the question? Are they of any use? 3, 7 and 9? No, not really. So 37981 when multiplied by 37981, when you multiply, 1 will be multiplied by all the numbers. You put a cross and then you multiply this 8 with all the numbers. Similarly, the story goes on, and thereafter we'll put 2 crosses, and thereafter we'll put 3 crosses, and similarly finally we'll add, right? Are you getting my point? My point is, if I am multiplying this number by this number again, are these digits contributing in the last two digits? No, not really, because when 9 is to be multiplied, obviously the value goes on to the third digit. So they're not giving us any input. So this description tells me that if the question is about last two digits, these digits can be ignored. So that means the question finally boils down to 81 to the power 27854. Yes, we know the last digit is 1. Now the question arises, still I cannot afford to multiply 81 27,000 times. Can I shorten the process still? Can I simplify this? Yes, of course I can. Again, 3 ways of solving this question. 1, I can look at the cyclicity of 81. You can multiply 81 5 to 6 10 times or max of 10 times and look at the pattern and then form a cyclicity. Divide the power by the cyclicity the way we did in the last one digit tutorial. But can I have a simpler approach? Yes. The second way is binomial theorem. I expand its 80 plus 1 to the power 27,854 and then expand it and then add the numbers. Correct? Simpler than the first approach. Third one, a much simpler approach, but you need to ratify. Now listen very carefully. Multiply the second last digit of the number. I repeat, multiply the second last digit of the number with the last digit of the power. 8 into 4 gives you 32. The last digit of that product is 32. That means 2. So 2 has to be written here, and this gives you the answer. Finally, that's it. Yes, that's the answer to this question. 81 to the power 27,854. So no matter how big the number is, no matter how big the power is, the answer is simply 21. So can I answer this question in the exam in 5 seconds? Of course I can. So if I have another example which says, I'll write it down at the top. If I have 952,561 to the power 9529728, I need to find out the last two digits. Last is 1, multiply the second last digit with the last digit of the part. 6 8s are 48. The last digit of 48 is 8. So that gives you the answer. Yes, trust me, it is that easy. We'll talk about how to use this fact to answer all the other questions of last digit in the next tutorial. I assume this is clear. If this is not clear, you can always WhatsApp me at 98037 60078 just to ask the quantitative doubts. Nothing else, please. Yeah. So this number is just to help the needy students to solve their queries on the quantitative, the aptitude one.